Good evening, guys. This is Venus with No Mess. Hope everyone is having a great night. As you can recall, guys, we talked about um, four teenagers last month. I think it was on the first day of school. They had stolen a car and they crashed the car. And this mother with two kids lost her life. Well, I was talking to a couple of my friends the other day, and when I found out who those young boys was, I was like, wow, wow. Like when I told y'all guys the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, you better believe what I said. Um, this is not something that happened overnight, guys. This is not something they started last year. I'm gonna put it that way. But I guess what I'm gonna do, we're gonna look at this video and maybe we can recall to some things. But the young lady that lost her life, I just want to say again, rest in peace. And she did have two kids, if I can recall. Because she had two kids, and I think one of them was in critical, if I was mistaken. I think she had two kids, one was 4 and one was 8. And I think one of them was really banged up like bad. So I'm just praying, hope they're okay, because I was like I said, I was talking to a couple of my friends in the morning, and I wanted to know how the kids were doing. And that's when she was like, one of the little boys or whatever was in the car. You know who the guys belong? I was like, oh no, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So, and they were between the age of, I want to say, 15 to 17, something like that. Some people say they're 14 to 17, but I think they're like 15 to 17, which they still too young because that was the first day of school. They should have been in school, and if they was old enough to be out of school, they should have been on a part-time job. This is what I keep telling you guys. It's about discipline. You have to discipline your kids. But if you don't have discipline no one else. If you don't have discipline yourself, how are you going to discipline someone else? So, guys, let's look at this video right quick. Just hold on a second. Let me get this.
Mother is dead. This after a fatal crash in Prince George's County.
Yeah, that car that was hit was hers. It was hit by a stolen vehicle, rather, driven by teenagers. Nana St. Avonzu is in Landover with a story that is really so awful. Nana.
Hey, Angie and Sharon, it's a tragic one. So this scene actually just wrapped up less than an hour ago. There's still one police car parked here at this intersection. We're going to show you what that scene looked like. But before we get to that, I just want to paint a picture of exactly where we are. So as you mentioned, we are in Landover, which is Prince George's County. But about a mile ahead of me is Seat Pleasant. And that's where we're told officers noticed a stolen car and started following.
I heard a big crash sound.
And that's when this gas station attendant turned around and noticed two cars with smoke at the intersection of Martin Luther King Jr. Highway and Sheriff Road.
Within seconds, and I saw that little bit fire.
This video shared with Fox 5 DC, you can see a silver sedan driving down MLK, and seconds later, this dark-colored car coming down Sheriff smashes into it, killing a young mother on site and sending a young child to the hospital. Police say there were a group of teenagers in the dark car, which was stolen, all between the ages of 15 to 17.
When children are left unattended, or we have young kids that are out and about, bad things like this can happen.
Prince George's County Police Chief George Nader says Seat Pleasant police were notified that the car was stolen through license plate readers.
They were never pursuing. They were following the vehicle at what they believed to be a safe distance.
And was later ordered to stop following from an on-duty commander. Seat Pleasant Assistant Chief Cedric Hayward says lights and sirens were never activated.
It's a tragic incident anytime that we lose a life, but I say this all the time, it's even worse when juveniles are involved.
But when we hear of incidents like this, and it involves young people making really terrible, tragic choices, you know, our hearts, number one, go out to the victims, but I think we're all just very concerned.
Especially on the first day of school.
Instead of celebrating our children, we're talking about a life that was lost.
So, guys, it was the first day of school for students here in Prince George's County, and we actually asked police if the students that were in the stolen car are Prince George's County students, and they don't have that information at the moment. We also asked where that car was stolen from. Was it stolen from in the county or somewhere else? They say this is all part of the investigation. But tonight, ladies, we're also learning that there was another stolen car that crashed nearby that police believe is connected to this incident.
Okay, guys. I'm back. Like I mentioned to you once before, and I'm going to say it over and over again. It starts at home. No young boys that had their vehicle was 15 to 17. And they was driving this vehicle that you see up here. They took the life of that 30-year-old lady with 2 kids. And now someone else have to raise her babies. Because they was only 4 and 8. I'm going to say it again. Black people, when are you going to wake up? When are you going to start taking responsibility and take care of your babies? And like I'm going to repeat this again. They are a gift from God. Yes, they are a gift from God. But they are your responsibility to take care of them. And this goes for all the mothers and fathers out here. If you have a child 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and you cannot control that child, you need to seek help. Put them in a facility. Get them out there, out of your house. I'm going to say it again. If you have a child between the 13, 18, and you can't do it, you claim you can't do nothing with them, it's time for you to seek help. Because that's your responsibility to raise your child. Now you got 15 to 17 out here driving stolen cars. Now someone done lost their life. Because I've seen this on the news the first day of school, but I wasn't really sure about the name. And then when I talked to a couple of my friends and my cousins, we just went out for some coffee and stuff. We just talking, and she mentioned to me who the lady was, and I'm like, hold up. And she said, hey, that's happened on the first day of school. And then she told me a couple of the young little boys, I call them boys because they're young. And she said, the teenager was, and I was like, oh no, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. I just don't understand. Why would you lay down and have kids and let them run buck wild, like old folks say? Why would you do that? If you know you're not ready to have kids and you're not mentally to have them, go get some help. All these kids are running out here with no self-control, no discipline, acting a fool out here. But the bad thing about it, it causes other people to lose their life. They are unaliving people. And you sitting back home. I don't know where he is. I can't handle that boy. If you can't handle him, get him out of your house and put him in a facility. You got a 15-year-old child that decide not to go to school and don't want to come home, and you gonna just sit there and do it. I don't know where he is. Oh, you don't know? No, you don't know because you don't want to know. And it makes me so mad when I see someone else have to give their life for nonsense. Because that's what it is. Those young boys had no business stealing that car. And if you had them home, you wouldn't know where they was. And that 17-year-old one, if he can steal a car, he should be at some joint flipping a burger or taking out some trash. Oh, I forgot, they too good for that. Oh, they too good for that. I forgot all about that. Oh, my kids ain't gonna flip no burger. My kids ain't gonna amp no trash. Well, you know what they need to do? And I hope that somebody's listening. They need to go ahead and pass a law. When you got a child from the age of 13 years old to 18 and they commit a crime, then you need to put some time right with them. If you got to do it on weekends, and I don't care if somebody say, well, what did they figure out with kids? Then you need to do yours on weekends while they sitting behind the bars during the week. You do yours on weekend, they do that doing 7 days a week, you do yours 2 days a week. Because those young kids in that car that took that lady's life, especially that driver, his parents need to be on weekends. Need to be in somebody's jail on weekends, spending some time. Because if you discipline your child, let your child know what is right and wrong, because you have to teach them. Kids just don't born come, hey, and know how to drive. They don't born and know discipline. The same way that boy got behind that steering wheel in that car and drove that car, he should have common sense. No, he didn't have no driver license. It was a stolen car. So if he got common sense to get behind that wheel, then he should have went out there and flipped some burgers at Burger King or Wendy's or McDonald's or whatever. He could have went on and done that. Don't tell me, oh well, kids don't have anything to do. It's a whole lot to do in DC, Maryland, and VA. That's one thing about those 3 states. We got more gas station and fast food joint than anything. That's all we got around here. So you tell me he couldn't go to one of the warehouse, BJ's or Sam, and get a job? They aren't. Nah, he out here stealing cars. Then I took this 30-year-old mother away from here. And I just pray that she had the father in the kid's life. Because if not, the kid's going to fall on the grandparents. We have so many grandparents out here now raising their grandkids. And which that's a level thing. That's love. That's love. I can't explain it no more. When you love your grandkids, you would do anything for your grandkids. But my thing is, this 30-year-old lady would not get to see her babies grow. Those kids going to be without a mother because someone else decided to give birth and then just let the kids run buck wild. Because the time that those kids left DC and went over to Maryland, and then was told to me they went back down to King Avenue. They were all over the place that they first day of school. So you tell me the first day of school, they was out there for 2-3 hours running back and forth. And you didn't know where your child was? And that's the first day of school? Your child 15 years old, 16 years old, and your child didn't come home from school? Because I could see the 17-year-old one, if he was gone, but the 15, 16-year-old one don't have a job. But the 17-year-old one wrong too, but he know that. So you tell me that you got those 3 teenagers, and that's the first day of school, and they didn't even come home, and the mother didn't even look for them? The father didn't look for them? Whoever was responsible for them in the house didn't look for them? Now, like I said, a law should be passed. And the parents need to spend time in jail. I guarantee you, if they pass this law where a teenager makes a mistake and it is something that he could have prevented or she could prevent, and the parents didn't do anything about it, or the parents allowed it to happen, let them spend some time in jail. I can't explain it no better. Just let them spend the weekend in jail. If they put that law in place and hold some of the mother, father, grandfather, whoever taking care of these kids, grandparents, auntie, uncle, hold some of them responsible, I guarantee it will stop. Guarantee. I guarantee it will stop. Because even in the Bible, Jesus tells us, this is my command, that you love one another just as I love you. And if those kids had love for the other person, they wouldn't stole the vehicle from the lady. There's no love, no self-control, no discipline. I doubt it. I'm trying to figure out, did they go to school? They probably didn't even go to school on the first day. So you got 15, 16, 17, you go run around, didn't even go to school today. Because that was told to me. So a couple of them didn't even attend the school. They supposed to have went to school, so they didn't even show up in school. It's a shame. It's a shame. Now this lady had lost her life because we got some hard-headed teenager running loose. But that's all right. If you don't control them, guess what? The system will take them. If you don't control them, guess what? The system will get them. And when they go behind the bars or go to jail, go to prison, whatever, hey, don't be saying what the white man did to your child. I'm talking to the teenager mother. Don't be saying what the white man did to your child, because you know what? You did it to your child. You allowed them to go out here and steal cars. You allowed them to go out here and rob stores. I'm going to break it down. You allowed them, they've been doing it ever since they were 9, 10 years old. You allowed them to do that. So you know what? When they said click, click, and they take them on into the prison, don't get up here talking about what some white man or what some other person did to your kids. You did it yourself. Because like the old saying said, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So I guess you feel, well, they went, the uncle went, the father went, I guess they gonna go too. So I guarantee you, like I said, they got plenty of room for them. But what I'm gonna say, you have to discipline your kids. They have to be taught. Kids have to be taught. And a lot of time, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to say it plain and simple. A lot of time, the kids that you see out here, they're not disciplined because they came from, what I said a couple of days ago, they came from a bad seed. And I'm going to say it again. Call me, email, and I'll explain to you what I'm saying. If you're a mother, father, need to talk to me. A lot of time when you see kids out here running wild, buck wild, stealing cars, robbing people, going into the stores, stealing and doing all that, a lot of time they come from a bad seed. And that bad seed is sitting right at home, or maybe that bad seed out there doing it to sell. So, young people, like I said it once before, you do not have to repeat what your mother and father or your auntie and uncle had done if it's bad. When you get to a certain age, you should adapt common sense. Because if you decide not to and follow the path where these young boys going, you're going to be in prison. You're going to be in prison, and it's not nice behind the walls. So that's all I have to say. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, young lady that lost her life. And the two babies, because they're 8 years old and 4 years old, I can recall. Just have to keep them in our prayer. But guys, until next time, I want to say thank you for listening to my video. And also, if you like this video, this content, please hit the like button. And if you feel it in your heart where you want to donate to this channel, I do have 2 ways of that. Okay, I'm sorry. If you feel like you want to donate to this channel, I do have a PayPal account. It's at Vanessa Brown, and I do have a Cash App. It's $ Vanessa Brown 1, and my video is for teaching, entertainment, and education purpose only. And I try to get these videos so they can be more geared to teenagers and our youth, so they won't have to go down the wrong path. Like I said before, a lot of our teenagers doesn't have the discipline in their home. So guys, if you lack in discipline, young people, seek help. It's out here. Until next time, peace, self-control, and show love to one another. Have a great night.